Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves there, and this is what if Naruto lost Jiraiya earlier, part 2. Last time we left off with Naruto actually about to watch the preliminaries and see how everyone fights. And anyways, Naruto wasn't really planning on staying forever. However, he was going to stay to watch the Chunin exams. Naruto, of course, watches these fights, and pretty much they all go the same. I'm just going to make it so that Ino is a bit stronger. And anyways, now of course Tsuki wins hers in a better manner than Naruto, that's for sure. Rock Lee, of course. Well, I did say the same, but they're not gonna be really the same since Gaara is there, and Gaara has noticed Naruto, and Naruto just smiles at him. And anyways, now, of course, he's happy to see Gaara again, and now Naruto watches Gaara's fight, and Gaara, of course, nearly loses to Lee. However, he was going to pretty much win this fight, and remember, they're still gonna go with the plan, and the reason is because Naruto's not part of the village. However, Naruto will still be there during the attack. Anyways, now, of course, Gaara is able to beat Lee, being much stronger than Lee this time, like immensely stronger. Just from him training, he's that much stronger. And anyways, now Lee loses. He doesn't break anything, but still he loses. Of course, Neji destroys Hinata, and Naruto was going to step in until pretty much every single Jonin plus Tsuki, who actually did a fireball in front, used the fireball jutsu to actually scorch Neji and stop him. Of course, they stopped him, and the fireball was still heading towards them until Naruto pretty much just destroyed the fireball by just clicking his fingers, and just wind exploded from the fireball. The fireball just exploded. It didn't really explode to damage anyone, but it just dissolved. You know how I don't know how to explain it, but pretty much wind came out of its core, and no one really understood how he did it. They did hear the click, and as soon as he did it, it happened. And anyways, now, of course, Sasuke wins this fight, and anyway, everyone else, the exam ends the same way. And anyways, Naruto and the rest pretty much talk to each other now, and Naruto then leaves the conversation, and Tsuki asks, wonders why, and goes towards Gaara. Naruto and Gaara actually just fist bump, and Naruto actually knew him, and pretty much they were friends, however not best friends, since they don't really know much about each other. Naruto and Gaara catch up, and Naruto praises Gaara on how strong he's gotten. And anyway, now, of course, the 1 month training was announced, and Naruto realized that he'll have to wait a month to see the finals, so he actually just goes off on his own and says that he'll return in a month or so. Of course, Tsuki was saddened by this because she actually wanted Naruto to attend to her training sessions again. However, Naruto, of course, was going, and remember, since Jiraiya isn't in the story anymore, Naruto doesn't have to be here. And anyways, Tsuki actually trains with the Hokage during this 1 month, even though the Hokage has work. He teaches Tsuki quite a bit, and Tsuki is pretty much, well, going down the path of the Hokage. Just to let the Hokage go trained by Tobirama and Hashirama. She's getting trained by Sarutobi. And anyways, or Hiruzen. I usually call him Hiruzen, not Sarutobi, but anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Naruto actually is on his trip, and he knows that he has a month, so he actually heads towards where he heard of Tsunade, and actually finds her. Of course, Tsunade asks who he is, and then she actually realizes who this is, and this is Naruto Uzumaki, the kid that Jiraiya adopted. And she kind of saw a bit of Jiraiya in him because of not the clothes, but she just saw Jiraiya in him because she realizes that this is the kid Jiraiya raised. And anyways, then Tsunade asks Naruto what does he want from her, and Naruto asks, well, I know you're I know you're my dad's friend, one of his best friends, in fact. But you never attended his funeral. I actually wanted to come to you to learn a few things. But before that, I want you to at least go pay your respects. I'm sure he did a lot of things for you as well. And anyways, Tsunade is like that damn fool. He's never going to get my respect. He was a fool from the beginning. He shouldn't have even become a ninja. And anyways, Naruto then says, "Don't badmouth my father." And pretty much as he says that, he's already in front of Tsunade and ready to fight. And pretty much Tsunade actually gets ready. She's not drunk here. And anyways, Naruto and Tsunade actually do clash. And Naruto decides to take it somewhere else. Otherwise, they'll hurt the people. And again, Tsunade sees a bit of Jiraiya in him, because Jiraiya would do the same thing that Naruto does. And anyways, she realizes that Jiraiya taught this kid well, and in reality she is saddened that Jiraiya died, and she doesn't really think he's a fool, but it's just her mentality, and how she's lost everyone. She wants to pretty much make anyone that well, she doesn't want to get close to ninjas, and she wants anyone that she comes in contact with, she's going to try to make them stop wanting to become a ninja, since it's literally a death sentence if you do, according to her. But anyways, now Naruto and Tsunade actually do fight, and Tsunade sees a lot of Jiraiya in Naruto, how he fights, how he uses his techniques, and a lot of Jiraiya's techniques were learned by Naruto. For example, the Todo Jutsu, and then the Fire Blast. The things Jiraiya used to do, Naruto's doing perfectly, and he's just like a replica, right? No, he's not. And after this, Naruto was about to finish the fight off. Well, Tsunade too, and they were going to do one final clash. And Naruto pulls out the Rasengan, and Tsunade uses the strongest punch. The two, well, moves actually do clash, and pretty much is a struggle. And in the end, Tsunade actually wins by actually literally crushing the Rasengan. Even though he hurt her, she could heal it off. And Naruto actually has to block it with his own hand. And Naruto's very strong. Like, when I say strong, he is strong as fuck. And Naruto was actually able to stop her punch from actually breaking his hand by actually stopping the punch. But Naruto actually did break his whole bone inside his arm. And pretty much after this, well, there was a lot of pressure on Naruto at this point. And after Tsunade actually let go of her fist, she realized that Naruto's arm is broken, and he can't use it anymore, and says, "This fight is over, I win." And Naruto says, "I can still fight with one hand, I'm not going to give up." And pretty much he pulls out another Rasengan on his left hand, and he was about to attack until Tsunade just hugged him, saying, "Listen, I'm not trying to badmouth you, Jiraiya. I'm just trying to make you go a different path. I don't want you to end up like Jiraiya. Oh, my brother, oh, my lover. They all died in a mission. I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to die like that. I want you to live a happy life. It's unfair. Everyone that I get close to are ninjas, and they always betray me or die. Jiraiya, that damn fool." And pretty much Tsunade starts crying, and she breaks down. Jiraiya pretty much said that he'll never give up on her, and he'll always be with her, and always try to make her fall in love with him, but it never happened. And Naruto says it's fine with one arm, actually hugs back. And Tsunade actually asks Naruto what did he want to learn, because she realizes that this Naruto is another fool that won't give up. And Naruto says, "I want you to return to the Leaf Village and pay your respects first. And then I want you to teach me some healing jutsus. I want to become the best healer I can. So when I fight the Akatsuki, I can heal myself as I destroy them, slaughter each one of them." And pretty much Tsunade asks why does he want to kill the Akatsuki. And she has heard about the Akatsuki by now. And Naruto says that, well, heard of the Akatsuki as in like the one really making their plans, their plans about capturing all the tail beasts public. But they do commissions here and there to raise funds, and pretty much Tsunade heard of them. And anyways, how they do dirty work for some people, and Naruto says that one of the Akatsuki members was the reason why Jiraiya died, and he wants to destroy each one of them. And Tsunade understands where he's coming from, and after hearing that one of them was the reason why Jiraiya died, she's like, I'll train you, I'll make you strong, I'll make you stronger than anyone. And pretty much Naruto and Shizune and Tsunade returned to the Leaf Village after a week or so. After Naruto's actually fully healed back, his arm is stronger than ever now after that experience. But anyways, Tsunade actually does begin training Naruto, and Naruto is a prodigy in healing jutsu for some reason, and he's able to master the reviving a fish straight away. And of course, Tsunade sees great potential in him, and so she starts training him even more over the journey. And anyways, once they return, Tsunade actually does pay her respects, and pretty much calls Jiraiya fool one last time before saying that I'll raise your kid now. I promise you, he'll become strong. He'll avenge you. And anyways, Naruto actually was pretty saddened by this as well. You know how Tsunade and Jiraiya were friends, and Tsunade had to hold in back all the pain up until this point. And anyways, now Tsunade does, the Hokage actually does, find out that Tsunade is back in the village, and Tsunade actually does have a pretty much a meeting with him, and Tsunade decides to remain in the village to train Naruto. And Jiraiya, Hiruzen tells Tsunade that Naruto isn't planning on remaining in the village forever, and Tsunade understands that, but Naruto is planning to return to the village once his plans are over, and Tsunade is pretty much his foster mother at this point, and Shizune is always there to help out. And of course, now Tsunade actually teaches Naruto, and Tsuki is actually continues her training, and she also pretty much asks Kakashi if she can if he can give her a scroll with the steps to the Chidori, and Kakashi says of course. And anyways, Tsunade, after finding out that Sakura, after finding out that Tsunade is in the village and she's the greatest kunoichi to ever have existed, pretty much, she actually goes to her and asks for training, and pretty much Tsunade was going to decline until Naruto said it's fine. She has nothing better to do. She failed her exams. You might as well just help her out. And anyways, Naruto and Sakura become students of Tsunade, and Naruto has now trained underneath two of the two of the legendary Sanin. And anyways, now Naruto actually, by the third week of his training, which is pretty much the last week before there was one more week before the finals, Naruto mastered everything that he can within that time. Sakura is still like on step 3. Naruto pretty much mastered everything, and now he's actually mastering a different technique to actually regenerate his cells. However, Tsunade prohibits him from doing it because it actually shortens your lifespan. Making your own cells regenerate faster, forcefully regenerating your cells and not doing it naturally can shorten your lifespan, and Naruto understands that, and so he doesn't really do it. And remember, the only reason it doesn't happen to him when he's using the Kurama chakra cloak is because Kurama's chakra is healing Naruto's wounds, even inner wounds. It wasn't like Hashirama, who was literally regenerating his cells. And anyways, now Naruto actually does leave the training, and pretty much Tsunade continues training Sakura, and he actually goes to attend Tsuki's training, and Tsuki has been training non-stop day after day. And Tsuki actually asks if she can spar with him to just test her strength. Naruto says, are you sure? And Tsuki's like, yeah. And Naruto's like, sure. And just saying, Naruto has learned how Tsunade punches. Anyways, now Tsuki attacks Naruto by using a body flicker, which Naruto can barely see, not tell, and he was barely able to block the punch, realizing that Tsuki's gone a lot faster, and he's just a tiny bit faster than her. And anyways, Naruto uses his own body flicker to actually kick her away, and now Tsuki and Naruto do begin a taijutsu fight, which Tsuki is actually very close to Naruto in strength in taijutsu. However, Naruto overpowers her because of his sheer amount of strength and his amount of training. The amount of training he did, it was just a lot more than Tsuki. And anyways, now Tsuki goes in for the finishing blow by using a Chidori engulfed with fire, and pretty much Tsuki has all 5 chakra releases. Naruto then says that's enough, and pretty much says water style, water dragon jutsu, and pretty much a dragon appears behind him, made out of water, and there was barely water in the surroundings area, and Tsuki was kind of confused on where he got the water from, and he wasn't even doing any hand signs or seals. And anyways, the dragon wraps around Tsuki's arm and pretty much squeezes until breaking point, and then disappears because Tsuki is pretty much run out of any other moves, and Naruto is in front of her with his sword pointing at her face, and pretty much says that Tsuki left too many openings, and if that was anyone else, any other Jonin except for him, they would have killed her easily. And anyways, now Tsuki asks why did he let her live, and Naruto's like, listen, I'm not here to kill anyone, and I was just here to watch you train. And anyways, Tsuki asks how Naruto is able to learn, do jutsu without any hand seals, and Naruto says that if you train hard enough and for long enough, you'll just be able to get it one day. And yeah, and anyways, Naruto does heal the injuries that he. Anyways, Naruto then watches Tsuki train for the next few hours. I have such a runny nose. I'm sneezing. Bro, I think I have COVID again. And anyways, of course, after this, Naruto offers Tsuki to come to his home, and pretty much once they enter, Tsunade and Shizune were there, and Naruto has moved. And anyways, of course, she asks what Tsunade was doing here. She knows who Tsunade is, and Naruto says that she's pretty much foster mother at this point. And anyways, now of course Shizune is like an older sister to him, but anyways, now Naruto and Tsuki Naruto actually begins cooking with Shizune, and pretty much Tsunade asks what she's doing with her son, and Tsuki's like, I'm not doing anything. I was just training. It was just watching me. And anyways, now of course Naruto actually says don't scare her, and pretty much Tsunade asks, alright, so how old are you? And pretty much she thought that Naruto was going out with her, but it's not true. Naruto's just watching her train. And anyways, now of course a week passes, and Tsuki is ready to pretty much win the Chunin exams, and Naruto is actually watching them, and Tsunade is actually in stand next to Hokage with Shizune. And anyways, now Naruto is watching the fights, and yes, the fights begin, and of course Tsuki goes up first, and she's up against Neji, and she promised Neji to beat the shit out of him, and Tsuki had a hard time. Neji did block most of her chakra points, however Tsuki wasn't done. She was a taijutsu goddess at this point. And anyways, now she destroys Neji in a taijutsu fight, and an Uchiha being a Hyuga in taijutsu is very rare, especially because Uchiha are known for their genjutsu, but Hyugas are known for their taijutsu, which goes against the laws of physics here. And anyways, of course, Naruto is very happy about this fight. And anyways, Neji understood his place and actually congratulated Tsuki on the win, and said that she won fair and square, and she's stronger than him, that's for sure. Anyways, of course, Tsuki and Naruto do sit next to each other while they watch the next few fights. So Sasuke's one got postponed, of course, and then it's Shino's fight, which was cancelled, and now it's pretty much Sasuke versus Gaara. Sasuke does appear, and Gaara is actually gonna fight Sasuke, of course, and Naruto's actually on Gaara's side here. Naruto knows that Sasuke has no chance if Gaara really tries, and Gaara has been training. He hasn't been lazing around just trying to kill people. No, he's been training quite hard, in fact. And anyways, Sasuke does try and attack Gaara, but Gaara's sand defense is just much stronger. Gaara is on the level of the Gaara that was helping out Lee against Kimimaru. And remember, he knew a fucking sand tsunami which covered the whole entire freaking forest. So it's kind of unfair right now. And anyways, now Sasuke does still try, and in the end, pretty much with his final blow, and just saying, Sasuke has been training quite hard as well. He unlocked his 3-to-1 Sharingan, which was all he needed to actually beat Gaara at this point. And pretty much he used his lightning style, lightning dragon Chidori, and pretty much a dragon appeared in his hand. Well, and you know, it was a pretty long dragon, like Shenron, and pretty much he was dragging it around, not dragging it, but he was able to destroy the sand defense and then throw the dragon, and the dragon pretty much bit Gaara, which actually sent him into a rage, and his instinct came out, and he was in his half Shikaku form, and everyone got put under against it. Naruto knew what was happening, and he was scared for the people. He's like, nah fam, if this happens, if this continues, Gaara's gonna kill people. And anyways, Naruto then actually stands up. Tsuki's actually completely out of chakra at this point, and she was actually recovering. Naruto says to just rest and puts his hand over her face and pretty much puts her under a genjutsu, and Tsuki can't wake up, and Naruto's the only one awake other than the pretty much Shikamaru and the rest. Well, the people that were awake, like Sakura, Shikamaru, you know, Shino, and Kakashi, and Lee. I mean, guys, not Lee. Of course, Naruto goes off on his own to actually go and find Gaara, and Shino and Shikamaru actually follow. Shikamaru actually protects Naruto from this sound shinobi that was nearly about to get the jump on Naruto, and pretty much says, where do you think you're going? And Naruto sees this and thanks him, and pretty much goes off on his own, and then Kankuro appears and Shino appears, and Naruto thanks Shino as well, and pretty much now he goes up against Gaara. Gaara was already in the way, or on his way to transform, and he does, and Naruto realizes that this fight is going to be a hard one, and he actually summons Gamabunta, which Gamabunta and Naruto have the chemistry that Jiraiya and him had, and pretty much Gamabunta had, and pretty much now Naruto and Gamabunta were able to overpower Gaara, especially because the sheer strength of Naruto, and Naruto pretty much told Gaara to calm down. It's him, it's his friend, and he shouldn't kill people when it's not needed. And anyways, Naruto returns with Gaara, Shino, Kankuro, Temari, and Shikamaru. Of course, they were all saved. Well, they were still all alive. And anyways, Naruto sees Tsunade and the Hokage fighting Orochimaru, and Orochimaru was having a harder time because of Tsunade. Just the sheer power Tsunade had was more than enough to one-shot him. That's why he couldn't really get close to the Hokage, because if he did, he would get absolutely smacked. But Naruto wasn't having it, and pretty much said that's enough, and pretty much broke through the barrier. Literally, Naruto sliced through the barrier and made it a pretty big hole, and pretty much entered it. And you know, the two other Hokages were actually fighting, and once they actually started running towards Naruto, and the Tsunade and Hiruzen were confused on why Naruto's here, he tried to take the upper hand by getting the jump on them, but Naruto seals the two Hokages away within seconds and of being in the actually in the barrier or on the roof, and pretty much using his body flicker to well, get in front of Orochimaru's face and pretty much back heal him into the ground. And pretty much well, Orochimaru was quite hurt from this, and he's like, god damn, what was that? Was that Jiraiya? And he couldn't really tell, but he does remember that Jiraiya is dead. But once he sees Naruto, he can see a bit of Jiraiya in him for some reason, and Naruto says, you know, my father spent years trying to find you. You were his best friend, and now you're killing the two people that he was closest to. And pretty much Tsunade and Jiraiya, Hiruzen, were very tired, and he tells them to rest while he takes it on, and pretty much throws away the short sword that he had, and he's like, maybe I have to get this out, and pretty much brings out another scroll with a katana, and Naruto pulls out the katana and pretty much uses a breathing style. And yes, I don't care what you guys say, I love Demon Slayer. Anyways, Naruto says water breathing, 10th form, constant flux, and pretty much a dragon appears behind him. I love dragons, just saying, if you didn't realize. And pretty much they're so cool, I don't know why. And Whoever made them is a mad guy. I know it's a myth or a legend, or I think it's a, you call it myth, right? I don't care, but they're not real, that's for sure. Pretty much Naruto was able to overpower Orochimaru with this, and in the end actually used the first form of the water breathing and cut off Orochimaru's hand or arm that had the Kusanagi blade, and he picks it up again with his left arm and actually escapes with the sound 4. Naruto then actually throws a kunai at Orochimaru's neck, which was actually deflected by Jirobo, actually putting his arm in front of the neck, and Naruto's like, you're so lucky. And anyways, Naruto and pretty much Hiruzen and Tsunade were talking about this, and Hiruzen realized that he's not fit to be the Hokage anymore. He's getting way too old, and he asked Tsunade to take the role. Naruto was actually in the meeting, and Naruto actually just puts a hand on Tsunade's shoulder. And remember, Tsunade got over her fear because of Naruto actually pretty much breaking his hand and bleeding, but still she got over it. And anyways, Tsunade takes the role on, and she becomes the 5th Hokage. And during this time, of course, the two Akatsuki members are in the village, and once Naruto hears about this, Naruto was about to leave the village soon, in a few days, and once he heard about this, he's like, nah, I'm not having this, and pretty much used all his chakra to be faster, and even used a breathing technique to actually become faster, the lightning breath, or the thunder breathing, and is in front of Kisame, was about to slice pretty much Kakashi while he was in the Genjutsu, and Naruto used the pretty much water breathing second form water wheel, and pretty much Kisame was confused on what that was, but then he sees another swordsman, and Naruto then says water breathing 10th form constant flux, and pretty much goes for the kill on Kisame. Kisame was barely able to stop this, and he was confused on how a kid Naruto's age was this strong, especially being able to overpower, nearly overpower one of the 7 ninja swordsmen. And he was kind of pissed off at Naruto at this point, and so he tries to kick him, but Naruto, using his body flicker, says thunder breathing first form, thunderclap and flash, and pretty much he slices Kisame's back, and Kisame, Naruto continues and slashes him at his chest area too, and then he was about to go for the kill by using the first form of the water breathing and cut off his head, but of course Itachi pushed him away, and Itachi then looked at Naruto, put him under Genjutsu, under the Tsuki, but Naruto broke out of it, and even Itachi was confused, and he's like, nothing will work on me, especially when you guys killed my father. And pretty much Itachi realized that this must have been Naruto, and it's because of Jiraiya. He knows that they killed Jiraiya, and he was saddened by this because Jiraiya, one of the strongest people in the Leaf Village, protecting it outside just like him, and adopting Naruto and helping him live a good life, died because of them. He was saddened by this, but then they escaped, and Naruto was pretty pissed off. Sasuke actually followed them and nearly got killed, but my guy comes in to save Sasuke this time, because he wasn't there for of course Kakashi, and Naruto was there for them. And anyways, now Kakashi, Kurona, and Asuma, by the way, if you wonder why I said them. And anyways, after this, pretty much the two Akatsuki members escape. Naruto's pretty pissed off, and he realizes that he needs to get stronger, and Sasuke too. And yeah, Sasuke trains for a full month, a full 2 weeks, while Naruto actually was on a journey to find them, and he couldn't find them. He returns to hear about Sasuke leaving, and yeah, Sasuke does get does meet the Sound 4 and decides to leave. Naruto actually does join the team to actually find Sasuke, but Naruto is actually a day late, and even the team was a day late. They couldn't find Sasuke, and then they saw a letter at Sasuke's place which Tsuki found. And anyways, now remember, Tsuki being Sasuke's sister, and she can go in his home, and she has an extra key. And anyways, that's where I'm gonna end off. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs here. Don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Miniman123, also my friend Hxmesh, and the second channel DB Lover. And also don't forget to follow Shokiro on Instagram, follow me on Instagram even if I don't post, and join the Discord server, please. And also, don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo and get 5% off on your next $49 plus order with the code MEME, MEME, and 10% off on your next $99 plus order with the code MEMES, MEMES. And you can get some good quality lamps. I got from lamptee.com, I got a Luffy lamp, and it's beautiful. And you can get 10% off on any of your orders with the code LAMPTEE-the King of Weaves. The LAMPTEE is spelled LAMPTEE with the capital L, and dash the King of Weaves, just like on YouTube, everything capital, no spaces, except for O and F, which are lowercase. Anyways, my ducklings, you're dismissed, and peace.